number 7 seed Green Bay Packers are going into the number 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles, a game that features an MVP candidate in Saquon Barkley and an up-and-coming Jordan Love trying to add to his accolades. 2 top 10 offenses, 2 top 5 defenses, 2 great quarterbacks, and 2 great running backs. This could shape out to be the game of the week. These 2 teams have seen each other already in the season, all the way back in week 1. The game was played in Lambeau Field, and the Eagles took the victory 34-29. This time around, the game is being played in Philadelphia, and the Eagles are looking to go 2-0 versus the Packers. Both teams have very similar stats. For the Eagles offense, they have 367 yards per game and 27 points per game. And the Packers have 370 yards per game and 27 points per game. On the defensive side, the Eagles only allow 278 yards per game, which is first in the NFL, and 18 points per game. The Packers, on the other hand, only allow 315 yards per game and 19 points per game. So practically carbon copies. On the offensive side of the ball, the Eagles have a star-studded running back and MVP candidate, Saquon Barkley. He is the only running back with 2,000 yards, 15 total touchdowns, and 5.8 yards per carry. Jalen Hurts is questionable for this game as he is in concussion protocol. He has 3,500 total yards on the season, 32 total touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 65.6 QBR, which ranks him 10th in the league. And might I add, half his touchdowns are from the tush push. The backup for Jalen Hurts is Tanner McKee. Versus the Giants, he was 27-41, 270 yards, and 2 total touchdowns. The wide receiver core for the Eagles is made up of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. A.J. had 67 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns, and Smith had 68 receptions, 900 yards, and 8 touchdowns. These numbers would be boosted if they didn't have an MVP running back and a QB that is very mobile and likes to run the ball. They also have the number 1 rated tackle by PFF in Jordan Malaysia. Like I said, the Eagles' defense is very good. Number 1 in yards per game with 278. Their star rookie cornerback out of Iowa, Cooper DeJean, is rated as the 3rd best cornerback in the NFL by PFF. Another key name to look out for in the secondary is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He is rated 3rd. He is rated 21st among safeties and 6 interceptions, which is 3rd in the NFL. Zach Bond is the best linebacker on the team and rated 1st in the league by PFF. He has 93 solo tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. So not the typical linebacker that gets into the backfield, but really embraces the role of a linebacker, tackles, and forced fumbles. The Packers, like I said, 370 yards per game and 27 points per game. Jordan Love has a total of 3,400 yards, which is a big drop from last year where he had 4,100 yards. 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a 69.2 QBR, which is ironically up from last year. Josh Jacobs is a new addition to the team. 1,700 total yards on offense, 16 total touchdowns, and a 4.4 yards per carry. Christian Watson suffered a season-ending knee injury last week. Jaden Reed leads the team in receptions with 55 and 857 passing yards with 6 touchdowns. The Packers also like to utilize tight end Tucker Kraft. On the defensive side of the ball, they only allow 315 yards per game and 19 points per game. Xavier McKinney is the star cornerback and is rated 6th by PFF. He has 8 interceptions, which ranks him 2nd in the league. For the Eagles, if Hurts plays, you have to keep him protected. Try to keep him in the pocket as much as possible and only try to allow him to run when it is most needed. No matter if Jalen Hurts plays or not, Saquon needs to keep doing what he does the best and run the ball. Look for him to get more red zone touches as the tush push might not be as effective with a banged-up Jalen Hurts. Lastly, no self-inflicted wounds, especially if Hurts doesn't play. The last thing you need is your third-string quarterback in his first playoff game to be behind the sticks and trying to get a 3rd and 15 and end up being a pick or a pick 6. For the Packers, trust your guys, be smart, and beware the crowd noise. The Packers are one of the up-and-coming teams, and I truly think that they could get the upset. If Jalen Hurts plays, I expect the Eagles to win a hard-fought battle. If they don't play, I expect it to get a little ugly for the Eagles, although Saquon could carry the team to the divisional round. I got the Eagles moving on to the divisional round, as I do believe Jalen Hurts will play. 27-24 Eagles.